Hi everyone, I'm here today with State Representative Lindsay Cross, who's been a fantastic champion for our environmental protections and sustainability issues. So I'd love to ask you today, Representative Cross, what are some of your top priorities you're working on at the moment?
Well, thank you, Whitney, for having me here. One thing I'm working on is making sure that there's better notifications to the public and our visitors if our beaches and our public bathing areas are unsafe to swim. You don't want to lug everything into the minivan, head to the beach, and find out that there's fecal matter in the water. So we need to do a better job of informing our residents of when it is and when it's not safe to swim. I'm also working on a bill to help homeowners in areas that flood improve their resiliency of their homes, which may even lower their insurance rates. We know that homeowners insurance has just been through the roof, and so we got to do everything we can to try to make it more affordable for Floridians here. And then I'm also looking at an innovative program that would address how natural and agricultural lands can store carbon from the atmosphere to reduce some of our impacts from climate change, make us more resilient as a state. So those are a few things that I'm focused on this year.
No, that's fantastic. I know that we hear a lot. I mean, we're both well aware that home insurance has just gotten out of control. And I think that there's a lot that we can do at both the state and federal level together as partners to make sure that we are working on mitigation. Because every dollar we spend on mitigation saves us $6 in recovery. So instead of just focusing on what we do after a storm hits, but making sure we've got the infrastructure in place before as these storms continue to increase.
One thing we also need to be looking at as communities is where it's safe for people to live, because we're seeing increased not only intensity but frequency of some of these storms.
Right.
And people are losing their homes. We saw loss of life several years ago for Hurricane Irma. And so as a state, as a region, we need to make sure that if we're rebuilding, we're doing it in places that are safe so that our investments are being protected, and more importantly, our human life is being protected.
Absolutely. I know that obviously we live on a peninsula surrounded by water, and it's very important, especially just to keep our environment protected, especially our beaches. I grew up playing on these beaches and want to make sure my girls and future generations to come can enjoy them just the same. So thank you so much for your work in this very important topic that we should all be paying close attention to.
You're welcome. See you at the beach.